Dobry wieczór, dzień dobry. Witam wszystkich, którzy... Nie wiem, czy ktoś jest na streamie. Witam pewno wszystkich, którzy będą to oglądać na YouTube. Na drugim streamie ze Slay the Princess. Ostatnio zaczęliśmy... pewną ścieżkę. Tu jest chyba nasza ostatnia ścieżka. W tym momencie... Tylko zanim będziemy dalej kontynuować, nazwijmy to fabularnie, spróbujemy przejść przez... Zobaczymy, co się stanie, jeśli będziemy się opierać księżniczce tej potężnej.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp, but we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just gonna let that happen to us?
No,
I have
próbowaliśmy.
a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
No nie pykło.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap your...
Neil.
Nie.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
Okej.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't... The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. I could feel its fundamental collapse of the old. It's time for...
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. You are the only one who can... And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong. Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yours. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone.
Ja.
If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you...
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have...
Okej. Ma pytania, zanim cokolwiek zrobię?
Know the limits of your privilege, little... There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps.
Dobra, nie pomogę ci.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
Okej.
No objections here.
Nie mam nic przeciwko.
Don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but you might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Podnieś ostrze.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Co się stanie?
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Zaraz nam każe się zabić.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
Dokładnie, bohaterze.
You can
Tak.
feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet.
Ja się tego zapytać, co właśnie skrzypnęło? Kolana? Bo z tego co patrzę, to ta posadzka jest raczej kamienna. O matko. Straż pożarna gdzieś jedzie. Przecież już myślałem, czy tutaj gdzieś nie jadą. Czy nie muszę zwiewać, ale nie, jednak jestem jeszcze bezpieczny.
The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come, dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
I co nam każe?
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
A, tego się spodziewaliśmy.
What?
What?
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steal.
Zakończ to.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Sorry, narrator, chyba już za późno. Nie mogę się oprzeć. Jest opcja Slay the Princess. Zapiszmy. Tego nie zrobię. Tutaj może, bo tego już nie będę potrzebował. Księżniczkę.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you. But you do your best to stagger forward.
Krok po kroku.
One step at a
Róbmy
time,
to.
you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson.
Spokojnie.
Plunge
Dobra.
that knife into your lungs.
W płuca? Ej, ale to boli.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Dobra, mamy jeszcze parę sekund. Damy radę.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it.
Panie bohaterze.
Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Dobra, jeszcze żyjemy, tylko prędzej że się wykrwagamy.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Zabij księżniczkę.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
Continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
No, dokładnie. Panie narrator, masz manipulować nami wcześniej, żebyśmy zabili księżniczkę, kiedy nie chcieliśmy, więc może pomożesz nam w drugą stronę teraz.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
Ty, stary.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Broken.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
That's a little demeaning, isn't it?
A, co nie?
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
Jak miło z jej strony, co prawda, panie narrator, no tu się zgadzamy.
It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
Dobra, tego pana już nie musimy słuchać.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance and she's only negotiating now, because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Damy radę. Zabij księżniczkę.
Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Ała!
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
Okej.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
Ty się śmiejesz?
We can do this, can't we?
Panie bohaterze, nie wątp w to, po prostu robimy to.
Always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Broken Clay. Cicho.
Shut up.
Dokładnie.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
No wiem, zaraz umrę i się znowu odrodzę.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks.
Au.
Numbness
Ej, w sumie to nie au.
spreading
Jak
through
kręgosłup złamała, to już nic nie czujemy.
As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
Nie wiem jeszcze.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
Spokojnie, zaraz umrzemy.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Panie bohaterze, dziękuję za optymizm.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
Dobra, wzięliśmy ją ze sobą.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Ja...
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something,
Ja.
I guess.
No, uratowaliśmy świat, no musimy się poświęcić tylko.
Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rozdział 3, Furia. O, tego nie mieliśmy jeszcze.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path, okay, what the hell is that?
Przynajmniej zauważyłeś. Broken? Coś wiesz. Ty coś wiesz.
I think he's upset.
Jak się obraził, no.
What's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
O, uparty. Dobra, to jest nas już tu 5, tak? Ja, bohater, złamany, uparty i narrator.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was. And ever will be.
No dobra, to tu się może kłócić nie będę.
Damn right we did.
Ale
You'll get it.
zrobiliśmy to.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
Dokładnie, prawie nas zabiłeś.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
No dobra, w połowie.
Alright, enough chatter. I've got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions.
No wiemy, ty nie pamiętasz.
Okay, great, you're listening. You're on path. If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
O panie, bohater chyba pierwszy raz przerwał narratorowi opowieść.
This is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly you've already been here.
Ta, byliśmy tutaj. Znaczy nie do końca tutaj, ale tak.
Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here.
Nie, ta ścieżka przypomina.
This is all different, isn't it?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
Okej, dobra, panie mądry, co jeszcze nam powiesz?
You knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this.
Nie, myślę, że nie wiedział.
I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me.
Panie, udajesz teraz. Nic nie wiesz.
That's not really an answer. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Założysz się?
Don't worry. We only need this one last go at things. You'd better hope that's true. And don't let that inflated ego get in the way of doing your job.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Broken.
Cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now. You're making it so much harder than it has to be.
Dobra. Mówisz, że wiesz więcej niż mówisz. Jeśli chcesz, żebym tam poszedł, to lepiej, żebyś powiedział wszystko.
I can't. Anything I say at this point is far more likely to accelerate the unraveling of this place than it is to actually help you do your job.
Okej.
In fact, I probably shouldn't have even said that. I trust that if you've been here before, it means you know how dangerous she is. Really? That's it. That's all we're getting out of you.
No nic nowego się nie dowiedzieliśmy.
Things going the way they are. But we've been given a second chance to do right by her. She can build something better than this. She can build something better than us. We just have to let her do it.
I get it. You're conflicted. You've been through a lot, but I really have to be firm here. I will tell you one thing, which is that even now you are capable of stopping her and saving the world from ruin.
Ta, to na pewno.
You always have been, and you always will be.
Czuję się, że jestem ciągnięty w 100 różnych kierunków. Lepiej, żebyście mnie słuchali, kiedy przyjdzie moment, żeby podjąć decyzję.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got to say anything.
Zabiłeś
What
nas!
a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly. It didn't even work. It doesn't count. We
Broken.
died.
Umarliśmy.
You didn't submit to her. For all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Dobra, dzięki. Jeśli to po prostu zostanę i nie pójdę do punktu bez powrotu, co się stanie?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end. Yeah, but is there something
A właśnie.
after this?
Bo a to jest dobre pytanie. Czy po końcu coś jest?
How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there. If there even is a there.
A raczej nie wiesz.
It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on
Ale Oblivion
present.
jest
Everything
Oblivion dobra
will be
gra.
absolutely fine.
Mam dość.
Are you serious? Fine, you walk away from the cabin. Let's see how that goes for you.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy.
He,
What's going on? Where are we?
co się dzieje? Halo?
We're
Kartus?
dead. obviously.
I told you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen? No.
Aha. Killer sprawy. Czemu ja tu jestem? Jestem niedokończony. Opór. Jest dla nas bezużyteczne, jeśli nie przyniesiemy więcej darów. Nie możesz powrócić, nie tam. Ten świat jest zniszczony poza naprawę. Musimy utkać coś nowego. Okej.
You're on a path in the woods.
Pozwól, że wczytamy. Tylko będziemy musieli przeklikać, bo nie robiłem save'a.
Your body. As you take then, I'm on it. Other.
What?
Zabijamy księżniczkę.
Stop.
As you finish the princess.
Here.
You
Dobra. Ona nas już zabije.
Regardless. You'll be alright. Yeah. Yes. Oh, so I'm you before. I infiltrate. I will. So what? What did we so then what? You down.
Dobra, odpowiedzi znajdziemy tam.
Good. We're all on the same page.
O, znowu jest chata.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know.
Tak, musimy ją
That's it?
dokończyć.
No final words of advice?
Żadnych porad?
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that's fine by me.
Dobra, idźmy do środka.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high-arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a
Z zewnątrz wygląda trochę inaczej.
A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible.
Cia.
You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Jak weźmiemy definicję? Tam jest, nie ma drzwi, jest
A
lustro.
mirror? There is no mirror. There's... I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror, but...
Co powiedział ten? A, bo już to już było. Gdybym wiedział, gdyby było lustro...
What are you trying to say?
He thinks we lost. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us is broken.
Hech.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination.
Znaczy,
but
narrator myśli, że mamy
I'm not going to
halucynację.
waste time arguing. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
No, to racja. Weźmy ostrze.
Take the blade from the pedestal. Good. Nothing for you.
Podejdźmy do lustra.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you?
Tak, naprawdę nie widzę, tu jest lustro,
It
stary.
really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we're seeing there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
Smash it. Let's get
Dobrze!
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You
Zniszczmy
bring your fist
lustro.
crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as
Dobra,
it
nie
reveals
udało
the
się.
dim
Kiedyś dorwiemy to
path
lustro.
ahead. Why am I not surprised?
A spokojnie, ja też nie.
You step forward into the darkness.
Hold up.
The stairs
Oh.
leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Boję się, co my zobaczymy na dole.
Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart?
A co zrobisz?
Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
She's so angry with us. Why?
Znaczy, nie ma co się dziwić.
Why?
Zabiliśmy ją jakby,
Yes,
co to nie?
Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination.
Aha.
We're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination,
O, to jest
then
dobre
what
pytanie.
does that make us?
Czym my tak właściwie jesteśmy?
She was gonna end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're
No
here.
nie do końca, panie narrator.
It's why your task is so important.
Dobra, zejdźmy na dół.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood. A
Dobra,
deep,
spodziewałem się, że
sickening
będzie
red
gorzej.
drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Zabijesz mnie w najbardziej bolesny sposób, jaki znasz?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you. Let her
Yeah.
end it.
It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. Only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Ja. Dobra, zapiszmy. To jest ciekawa ścieżka. Daj sobie spokój zniszczenie świata.
The world hasn't wronged me the way you have. Maybe I'll get around to it eventually, though. Once I've had my fill of you.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. Horrifying squelch.
Au.
Wow.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever.
Au.
I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Zgodnie z jej słowami, nie umierasz z jej ręki. A nigdy. A nigdy nie umrzesz. Czas, żebyś opuścił to miejsce. Wspomnienia
She's
wracają.
gone. And there's that mirror again.
Będzie w porządku, zaufaj mi, już tu byliśmy.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
O,
I don't
tego
want
jeszcze
to
nie
look
było.
at us.
Zobaczymy się po drugiej stronie, będzie ok.
Okay.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Tak jakby. Dobra, podejdźmy. Urosłeś. I czy ona coś nowego powie?
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe.
O, trzeba jakieś przemyślenia na temat tego tutaj.
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Okej. Ja to sobie jedyne co chciałem tutaj, bo reszta to jest... A ja chcę jeszcze przeczytać, zobaczyć co się stanie. Inne dialogi. Przepraszam.
Words are not repentance. And flesh? Work.
She bounced horrifying.
I hope you weren't planning. Huh. I feel.
Dobra, tu mamy dokładnie to samo. Dobra. Skończę z tobą.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for.
Your heart full of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
Dobra,
Horrifying squelch.
I hope you weren't planning. Huh.
dobra. Czyli dzieje się zawsze to samo. Dobrze, fajna ścieżka, ale wróćmy do naszej głównej. Wczytaj... Tu. Znowu mnie zabije.
Yeah. People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and if he doesn't remember what happened, then brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
O, z tym się zgadzamy.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. The old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
A, dokładnie, dokładnie. Idźmy.
A warning. She will lie.
Tak, tak
She
będzie
will
kłamać.
cheat. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Dokładnie. Co tym razem?
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okej.
The blade is your implement.
Nie powiedziałeś nic o lustrze.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely, but he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
Ach, to nie ma
It
znaczenia.
does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? Come on now.
Bez
He's pretty
przesady.
much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a mirror in this cabin, we were supposed to look at it. He
would have told us about it.
Kiedy ostatni raz ludzie u władzy nas okłamali? No dokładnie, nie ma.
Not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
Hey,
Why would I lie about something
widziałem.
so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
No, nie ma lustra, już nie możemy gadać, nie? Dobra, bierzemy ostrze.
You take the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Yep.
That's not actually a bad idea.
No.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Okej.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's
Okej.
thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Jak
Her
zawsze.
voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Co znaczy prawdopodobnie nie gryzę? Nie jestem
But you
niemiły.
are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
No, próbujcie zabić. Ale na swoje sprawiedliwie ty też próbowałeś zabić.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole
Dokładnie.
situation.
Może uda się to obgadać.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and look. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
No
I
dokładnie,
like
to
to
są
think
tylko
out-
pomysły.
I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do
No,
you
dokładnie.
want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Ciii.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the
Okay.
shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright, glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Dobra, odkryła nas.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
No tak, ciebie nie było ostatnim razem.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Mówiliśmy ci, panie narrator. Zabiła mnie już tak z 5 razy chyba już obecnie.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Yep, zabiła nas.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't.
Nie
But
też
you
nie.
and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Nope.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Nie.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
O matko, ile tu jest opcji dialogowych. Save. Dobra, to już Przez to już przeszliśmy. Okej, możemy ją po prostu zabić. Ja myślę, że to zawsze jest najciekawsza opcja.
Without uttering a word, you charge the princess. So much for finding an easy way out. I can't believe you're making us work for it.
Cio.
Better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, at least.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist.
Okej.
She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams.
Co tylko w tym
This
podejściu?
is why you just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
Ta, jesteście paskudnymi
As you
ludźmi.
brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
No mniej więcej.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing it. Great, she's just in for a penny, right? Why not?
Stab her.
As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
You bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched, just like me.
No w sumie tak.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty.
Bohater, nie przesadzaj.
Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise.
Ona nie gra czysto, my też nie musimy.
Are we? At the bottom of the barrel. We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is?
No w sumie
No
racja.
arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop?
Niewidzialna ręka wolnego rynku.
Stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting.
Nikt z nas nie powiedział, że przestaliśmy walczyć.
What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honorable combat. Both you and the princess have broken a dozen times over.
To trochę jak, czyli dokonaliśmy mniej więcej to, co dokonali twórcy serialu Gwiezdne Wojny, Wojny Klonów. Czyli otworzyliśmy konwencję genewską i zrobiliśmy z niej listę rzeczy do zrobienia.
That's nice and all, but are we winning?
Wygrywamy?
Nobody's winning.
Nikt nie
I
wygrywa.
thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing.
Dobra, czyli na razie jest impas.
The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on?
Czekaj, co się dzieje?
We're establishing a newer, better packing order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise?
Czemu drewno wydaje dźwięki? To jest dobre pytanie.
Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time.
Nie.
I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening?
Na przykład, że wszyscy zginiemy?
Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Hold up. Co to znaczy, że jest
You're
mniejsza?
that pathetic wretch. Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what?
Przepraszam. Co to dokładnie? Co?
You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
Strzelam, że zabiją tylko mnie, prawda?
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
Dobra, zapiszmy. Czekaj, a co z tobą?
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to see it happen.
Ha. Mam pewne takie poczucie, że jednak tam nie
This doesn't
lecisz.
help anyone. I can't believe she'd do us both just to spite me. See, this is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction. The
Okej.
roots grow ever closer. No, we can see them.
Tak, widzimy. Dobra. Zatem jedną tą ścieżką podda. Jeszcze powinniśmy walczyć.
You attack the princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you.
Yeah.
At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground, but the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness. That tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement.
Ow.
Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. But still she smiles through it all.
No cóż.
I can't wait to do this again, you wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Muszę ci coś wyznać. Ja cię nienawidzę. Nienawidzę cię tak bardzo, że nie mogę tego wytrzymać. Więc chodźmy uprawiać ze sobą nienawiść.
You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens. And then you pop. Everything goes dark.
Wybaczcie, po prostu to było zbyt zabawne. Rozdział 3, dzicz.
We are a path in the wood.
Hold up!
We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
Czekaj, stałem się ścieżką?
That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
Licząc resety dodatkowe, których nie powinienem robić? Nie wiem, z 15?
I think this is our third?
W tym podejściu trzecie.
That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done to bring you to this?
Walczyliśmy, po czym zostaliśmy zgniecieni żywcem przez korzenie.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp the things
Czekaj.
that cannot be
Gdzie jest
grasped.
głos bohatera? Czy księżniczka zastąpiła nasz głos?
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Sure, there's no
Oh, yes.
reason to keep secrets.
Już myślałem.
Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed.
Ej, wtedy to wydawał się dobry pomysł.
What should we have done? Let
Oh,
you
Stafford.
draw things out with all that conniving. Everyone knows a straight fight is best. It's honest.
Dobrze cię znowu widzieć.
There's no need to bicker about it. I'll
I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what
Przeszkadza ci, co się z nami ostatnio
I
stało?
think now that we aren't actively being crushed.
Myślę, że tutaj trzeba by dać jeszcze słowo jeszcze nie jesteśmy miażdżeni.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, this isn't so bad.
Pomijając to, jak wyglądają te drzewa, to...
And it's
nie.
not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin.
No to
point
w
worrying
prawda.
about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end. The princess included.
Dokładnie.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
Co się dzieje?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
No w pewnym sensie, no chyba, że nas tak połączyła pastą i się teraz po prostu złączyliśmy. Wiecie, jak w Okrutnym Kłamstwie, to jest chyba 7. tom Xanfu, był był, o matko, jak się nazywał? Tam był barbarzyńca, który miał zdolność regeneracji. I w pewnym momencie jak jak się regenerował, to brud, czyli błoto wpadło do jego głowy, przez co miał potem nieczyste myśli. Czy coś takiego w sumie się stało teraz między nami a księżniczką? Czy tak jesteśmy jakby, wiecie, połączeni? Jak pasta jajeczna?
He doesn't understand.
Chcecie, wiecie...
We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Coś czuję, że będę miał nową definicję, nowy przykład próby wyjaśnienia, czym jest Trójca Święta. Neural Network Explorer. To coś, co nas obserwuje, czym to jest.
I'm trying to help you.
Nie obserwuję cię, próbuję ci pomóc. I dlatego nas 2 razy zabiłeś.
That's not an answer to our question.
No ale co prawda nie jest to tyle odpowiedź na nasze pytanie.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
No, do tego już doszliśmy.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
Znaczy, jeśli się zabijemy, to w sobie tak jakbyśmy teraz księżniczkę zabili też, nie?
He wants us to kill each other.
Yep.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be
No dobra,
charmed
dobra,
by
faktycznie.
solidarity. You're not in this together.
Znaczy, tak właściwie to jestem, ale ty o tym nie
She is
wiesz.
the only one who poses a threat to the world. She's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Dobra. Ja nie pytam się, to powinien być sobą, a ty powinnaś być... Dobra, ale sprzeciwmy się narratorowi.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from
Znaczy jest, nazywa się lustro.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened.
Czy sobie przypomnieć, jak to było?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Okej, czyli to była pułapka.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us.
Tak przez chwilę też o tym pomyślałem.
I'm not.
Dokładnie to byś powiedziała.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us. It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Okej.
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see.
Jup, właśnie to
I
widzę.
think you already know you have to look at it. Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Dokładnie. Coś nas w końcu zabije, ale niech będę przeklęty, jeśli to będzie myśl.
Spójrz w nienawiść swojego serca.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
Szukam 4 rozdziału.
Just like that, you start to fall apart.
Ała.
She really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
A ja siebie nienawidzę.
We never got to see the end of that fight, did we? We can't both be winners. One of us has to beat the other, right?
O, chyba tak.
Want to
Ktoś musi
remember what it
wygrać.
felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered.
No to prawda, ale dobrze byłoby nie umierać tym razem.
Yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the
Okay.
space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Okej.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better. Finally, I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
I wish I didn't have to.
O, fajnie, księżniczka też ma rozdwojenie jaźni.
Some division from a soul can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
Some divisions when some...
A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
Okej, jesteśmy pożarci przez chatę.
And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be.
Okej.
At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this.
No jak tak na nią
once
patrzę, to
and
chyba
for
będzie
all.
litość, jeśli ją teraz zabijemy.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much.
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
No niestety.
Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it. I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Ciekawa analogia. Jakie znaczenie... Jakie znaczenie ma to, że jesteś królem wzgórza, jeśli nie ma innych, od których może być
Do we
lepszy?
have to do this? You have to.
Ta. Dobra, a... To są kolejne decyzje. Na razie ją zabijmy.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
Okej. Ale nigdy nie widzisz, jak umiera. Czas by odpuścić to miejsce. Wspomnienia wracają.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Nie musimy jej
Try and
szukać.
find her? Oh, there's that mirror again.
Wiem, że jesteś przerażony. To nie jest koniec dla ciebie, ale jest to koniec dla mnie. Nie jest to jest to koniec dla ciebie, ale nie dla mnie.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Screw that. This can't be real. It just can't.
You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
Heh. No, to patrz. Dobra. Cisza, zniknęło to. Cisza, kiedy podchodzisz. Znowu ich nie ma. Lustro zawsze sprawia, że odchodzą. Ale musisz zobaczyć, co jest w nim. Wyvert? Czekaj, Wyvert co znaczyło? Zwiędłeś? Dobra, klasyka. Pogadajmy z nią.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Widzę. Nie możesz być przeciwieństwami. Przeciwieństwa nie istnieją.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Musisz używać skomplikowanych słów, prawda?
You have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Jaki to masz być
As
sprzecznością?
easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Niezależnie od tego, ile razy wracam, zawsze przynajmniej jedno z nas krzywdzi drugie. Czy to cię nie zmienia? Czy to nie sprawia, że jesteś gorsza?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Nie nienawidzę cię. Nie, to wszystko wydaje się odległe, jak tylko jestem w pobliżu ciebie.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
Ale co sądzisz o tym naczyniu?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she
Znalazła, co
longed
chciała.
for.
Czy już pomyślałeś, co zrobisz, jak już skończymy?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
Proszę, niech tylko bogini nie wygra.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Czy wciąż nie obchodzi cię to, co przyniosę dalej?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Tylko, że teraz mówimy, jakbyśmy byli już, nie wiem, ileś lat w związku. Ile jeszcze możecie przynieść?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okej, będziemy wiedzieć, jak będziemy blisko. Dobra. O, czyli nie masz preferencji do tego, jakbyś chciała urosnąć, zmienić się czy rosnąć?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is.
Okej. Jestem gotowy, by wrócić.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Your Honor, you're here.
Okej, ja zrobię tylko zapis dalej i wrócimy. To na przykład ciekawi mnie, co się stanie. Ja nie chcę wczytać. Uwolnić ją.
Devious little bastard. If you think that other, just have to wait and find out when it happens. Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants.
Dokładnie.
He's weak. Thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like.
Robimy co chcemy.
You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm fine. Whatever.
Narrator już ma nas dość.
Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
A czy co, zabronisz mi?
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Okej. Halo? Kartus? Jeśli już, to będę wolał, żeby to było nasze zakończenie.
She's got, and there's that.
Już tu
It
byliśmy.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to screw the mirror. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Oportunista, jeśli oni uważają, że jest źle, to jestem z nimi. Cokolwiek jest po drugiej stronie, będzie miłe.
Okay. Maybe there'll be a good fight.
Fine.
Dobra. Tutaj będzie to samo. Ciekawi mnie tylko, czy ona powiedziała coś więcej.
I am a growing chorus of all of me.
Czy powiesz coś innego o tym naczyniu?
This one is like a shadow. Do not mourn her.
Okej.
She has found what she and as
Dobra. A, mogę sobie inną odpowiedź wziąć. Dobra, I'm ready to go
I
back.
will be here when it is time.
I tu zrobię zapis.
You're on a path.
A teraz sobie wczytamy tutaj. Dobra, powstrzymajmy go. Spójrz wewnątrz, by znaleźć wolność.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time. You
No,
do
dokładnie.
best to remember that some wounds will never heal, some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
No, trudno.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
Co na nas wie? No
He
dokładnie.
can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
No, w sumie prawda. To jest narrator.
Whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Dobra, teraz mnie
We
niepokoisz.
don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
dokładnie. Jest miejsce, w którym powinieneś być, musisz się tylko znaleźć.
Stretch and search, growing as you decay, and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
No, myślę, że ten świat jest dość ograniczony.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
Nie, ale skoro nie wiesz co robię, no to nie, skąd, że niemożliwe.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet. That's right. I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
Mówisz, że blefuję? Lecimy dalej.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Tak, oczywiście, przecież czemu miałbym ci nie ufać? Znajdź wyjście.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you. If I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
Ty, Stark, chcesz poświęcić swój świat? O. Ale coś znalazłeś. Jest zimne i gładkie. I delikatnie ustaje. Potem pęknięcia. Pod naciskiem twojej świadomości.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
Za późno.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Obawiam się, co się stanie. Zniszcz.
No, stop!
Hold up! Ale jego błagania znikają wraz z dźwiękiem łamanej szyby. Na moment patrzysz przez małą dziurkę w świecie. W miejscu, w którym powinieneś być.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Oczywiście wszystko zaplanowałeś.
Oh, can it? This was all of us, fighting as one.
Wszyscy razem się walczyliśmy, dokładnie.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
Czy to temu się sprzeciwiał?
It's beautiful.
Jest piękne. Halo? I już go nie ma.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
No, cholipka, księżniczko, wracamy do punktu wyjścia. Nigdy nie miałeś okazji jej odpowiedzieć. Odwracasz się, jej nie ma. Wspomnienia wracają.
And there's that. But it feels so bad. Screw the mirror. They think.
Dobra, podejdźmy do lustra.
I don't like.
Nie podoba mi się ta cisza. Głosy są małe, odległe, jak podchodzisz. Coś nowego? Tylko co teraz zobaczymy?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing. All of me is
Coś nowego? Nie wiem, że powiesz dokładnie to samo.
This one is like a shadow of me. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Okej, czyli tu nic złego nie ma, ale przyznać muszę, że to było ciekawe, co się stało. Dobra, czytajmy dalej. Okej, dajmy na to, że chcę ją powstrzymać. Co powinienem zrobić? Czuję się, że nie mogę zbyt wiele teraz zrobić.
Start by remembering that you exist, and not as some part of a gestalt entity formed with the princess.
Okej, przypomnij, że
You
istnieje.
exist as your own self. not so sure about that. We were something like that once, but now? And if thinking about that isn't enough to startle you back to reality, consider this. She committed a murder-suicide using a living cabin. Right. That was unpleasant. I'm sure I would have had us do the same thing if we were in her shoes. We really do make a great pair. He's probably just jealous.
Dokładnie,
You
oportunista.
need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones be bygones.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hate.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now?
Spoken like, honestly, a real...
Dobra,
I'm not.
tu już byliśmy.
There's a it feels new.
Please, stop.
Don't look!
She's told you. No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us.
Ale
We just
przyszłość
have to
istnieje,
find it.
pamiętam o tym.
And just like that, we never got to. I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. And yet you remember that you are a distinct being with a...
Maybe
Okej.
bygones can't be bygones.
Tutaj wracamy do punktu wyjścia. Zobaczmy, ale inne opcje dialogowe zobaczmy. Ci na złość się dzisiaj zbierają. Dobra. Dlaczego ktoś powinien coś teraz robić? Jest w porządku, mogę być drogą.
Can't just passively exist forever. Not with her. That isn't how it works.
Znaczy byłem tam już w piwnicy i wiem, że może tutaj
I
zadziałać.
don't care if it was the cabin that killed you, because it seems to me like she was the reason the cabin could even do something like that in the first place. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones...
We can't go back to that.
Just
Dobra, czyli nieważne gdzie pójdziemy.
Spoken
I'm
but it
please.
she's trouble.
Okej, czyli nieważne chyba co wybierzemy, wrócimy na tę ścieżkę. Czemu jesteś dla mnie miła? Czy nie nienawidzimy siebie? Czy tak jakby się nie nienawidzimy nawzajem?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting.
Okej, wracamy tutaj.
We push back. It may
Okej, tutaj wracamy do punktu, gdzie wydostajemy się. Nic nie rób.
You can't just passively... I don't care if it was the cabin. You need to remember that you and the...
Dobra, tu nic nowego już nie ma. Więc wróćmy tutaj. Poddaj się i czekaj na śmierć.
The blade tumbles uselessly from you. We're never gonna make something of ourselves with. The princess finally puts down her guard, arms falling to her sides, a look of smug satisfaction screwed on her face despite her torn and bloodied skin, and the insistent roots pressing in from all directions. At least she isn't gonna make something of herself either.
No cóż.
The roots twist her first.
Okej, tutaj wracamy do zakończenia takiego. Słuchaj, ostatnio popełniłem błąd. Wszyscy popełniamy błędy, prawda?
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Okej.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Słuszna uwaga.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Jep. Czy nie możesz wydostać się sama z tych łańcuchów? Ostatnio cię nie powstrzymały.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here.
A, cicho. Dlaczego mam uczucie, że wbierz mi sztylet w plecy, jeśli ci pomogę?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Tak,
I
tylko
wouldn't
pytam.
worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be—
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back.
No
I think
dokładnie.
that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing.
No,
See,
sobie prawda.
he gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Okej, to tu jest kolejny save. I zobaczmy, co się stanie. Ale najpierw spróbujemy z nią wyjść. Wydaje mi się, że nie jesteś bardzo szczęśliwa.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my—
Okej. Wyjdźmy.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who
Dokładnie.
leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. That doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's
Yep.
not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking?
Tak!
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know.
Dobra. Na razie ty pierwsza.
And turn my back on you? You think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only—
Just go first.
Hej, to ty powiedziałeś, że nie możesz wyjść dopóki beze mnie, więc ja trzymam wszystkie karty. Albo idziesz pierwsza, albo to zostajemy.
The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing? I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
No nie kłamaliśmy.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know
Holda.
my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head. They'll be watching.
Czy ona ma rumieniec? Czy ona zmienia się w cunderę?
Eyes on the back of her head. Does she really?
Nie zdziwiłbym się.
No, we're fine.
Oportunisto?
Princess pointedly turns her back on you.
Chodźmy na schody.
You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs. It's time, boys! Stab her in the back! Do it! Do it now! Wait, I thought we were helping her escape.
Hold up.
Of course we're not. You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know.
Pytam się, że są 3 opcje. Wow, co za wspaniały pomysł. Na pewno tego nie przewidziałem, ale dzięki, że mnie pilnujesz. Wbij nóż w plecy. Nie mam zamiaru cię chwalić, ale mam zamiar wbić jej nóż w plecy. Dobra, wbiję jej nóż w plecy. Dobra, kolejny save. Nie będę wbijał jej nóża w plecy.
Do realize that she hates us, right? If we don't make the first move now, why would she do that? She wants to leave, which means we need to work together. She knows that. She wouldn't just act against her best interests. I don't know. If I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. You really need to learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
No tak, oportunista, to akurat jesteś dokładnie taki sam jak ona.
I'm with that little weasel. You have an opportunity to...
Nie, obiecałem jej, że nie zaćgam jej, no to nie zaćgam jej.
And that's a great idea. See, this is why you're in charge and I'm not. You think things through. You stick to your guns. It shows real leadership, and more people should be like you.
Oportunista.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
Znaczy, nie myślę. Znaczy, myślę, ale to nie ja. Znaczy, to moja druga osobowość. W sumie to trzecia. Druga nie chce ci zaćgać.
Us? No, never. I can't believe she'd even suggest that. The gall.
Zaraz ciebie zaćgnę w plecy.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile at you.
Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
O,
She
nie.
slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place.
Mogę się spodziewać.
Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea.
Yep.
The princess cackles from the other.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
Hej, ale przyszedłem po ciebie. Okej, dobra, masz mnie, bardzo zabawne, możesz mnie wypuścić?
No, you're going to sit down there forever.
Otwórz drzwi.
You throw yourself against.
Okej, co teraz? Głos bohatera. Głos oportunisty.
Why isn't he saying anything?
Czemu nic nie mówi?
I think he's.
Chyba go nie ma.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
Yep. Dobra,
She's gone. And there's that.
dobra, chodźmy do lustra. Co tym razem nam powie?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is
To samo. Co o tym sądzisz?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness.
O!
She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Okej. To już wiem, co się z nią chociaż stało. Nie przewidziałem tego. Zaskajmy ją.
Wow, you said exactly the thing I imagined you would say as soon as you heard my brilliant plan. This hot day plunged the blade deep into the princess's back, driving her to her knees amid the
O, skorpion! Dobra, ja wyjaśnię, dlaczego mnie ten achievement teraz bardzo rozbawił. Znaczy rozbawił, już się spodobał. Jest taka przypowieść, w God of Warze ją można usłyszeć. Gdy skorpion poprosił żabę, żeby go przewiozła... Skorpion chciał przejść na drugą stronę rzeki. I była tam żaba i podszedł do żaby i poprosił ją, żeby go przewiozła na swoich plecach. Na co żaba powiedziała: nie przewiozę cię na swoich plecach, bo bo wbijesz we mnie żądło i umrę. Na co skorpion powiedział: Jeśli wbije w ciebie żołdo, jakby gdy będziemy w trakcie przeprawiania się przez rzekę, to umrzemy oboje. Przecież nie zabiłbym samego siebie. Żaba stwierdziła, że to ma sens i pozwoliła Skorpionowi wejść na swoje plecy i zaczęła płynąć. Jednak kiedy byli w połowie, Skorpion wbił swój kolec w żabę i żaba umierająca pytała, dlaczego to zrobiłeś? A to Skorpion odpowiada, jestem Skorpionem, taką mam naturę.
Would you look at that? No need to thank me.
Of course you'd betray me the moment I turned my back on you. I
Oczywiście.
don't think you're leaving here alive, wretch.
She shoves you in return, sharp teeth clamping around your ankle as the two of you tumble down. You separate with a bone-shaking thud as you hit the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Okay, umieramy oboje.
Trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you
Okay.
won't be getting up.
Czyli mamy złamany kręgosłup.
Wait,
Znowu.
why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Co ty nie powiesz?
Did you really think you could stab me in the back without suffering the consequences? Fool, fool, fool! You're such a ridiculous fool!
I tak byśmy nie wyszli, prawda?
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
Of course not. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. If I had the chance, I would have locked you down in this basement.
Ta, już wiem.
It would have been funny, even if it meant I couldn't leave. I really, truly detest you.
At least we can all agree that it was a good idea to make her go first.
Yep.
How? Well, she was going to betray us, wasn't she? And we struck first. Our back is broken, but we gave it our all. No regrets. Besides, she's got to have it as bad as us, right? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Chyba też umarłaś.
Ho! So she does have it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Hech.
She eyes you with intensity. Silence.
Mam wrażenie, że w tej wersji my jakiś taki syndrom sztokholmski sobie w niej wykształciliśmy.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Yep.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yep.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
No cóż, technicznie rzecz ujmując, oboje tu umrzemy pewnie z głodu.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
I vice
Is
versa.
that really what's going to happen? Hello?
Halo?
Still there?
Narrator?
What happens next?
Nie odpowiada.
I think he's gone.
No, nie ma go.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Yep.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Yep. Ciekaw jestem, co tym razem powie.
She's gone. And there's that.
Dobra. Co tym razem nam powiesz?
I am growing all of
Co sądzisz o tym?
this one is hope, marred by
Dobra.
bitter. Do not mourn her. She is fine.
Wróćmy do tego zanim ją. Okej, to jest za jak damy ostrzy. Dobra, idziemy górą.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her.
Dokładnie. Też ona nas nie
I do want those
skrzywdzi.
things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake because I already know that I'm right. This is for you, Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But
Ja.
the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a
Dokładnie.
relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Jeszcze.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Jeszcze nic się
Why
nie
did you
stało.
just say that?
Czemu się to powiedziałeś?
I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the princess.
A, wracamy do punktu wyjścia.
You're still in shock.
To powiedz mi tylko, co się stanie, jak damy jej nóż.
You... now, hold on. We should put this to a vote.
Głosowanie.
It's one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I.
Narrator jest przeciwko.
I abstain. You abstain. She's going to kill us.
Bohater, który nie wie, co zrobić. Nie,
You're
damy
going
jej
to get
ostrze.
everyone killed. You know that, right? You hand the blade to the princess, who quickly snatches it from you, her eyes darting between you and the weapon with a nervous curiosity.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Jestem fury.
What do you think happens now?
Zabijesz mnie? I tu jest ta ścieżka. Muszę zadać to pytanie. Tak właściwie jesteś niezwykle piękna. Naprawdę. Powinniśmy stąd wyjść.
She clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice.
Wydawało mi się, że to miłe. No, byliśmy mi
Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we?
Oportunisto?
If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
Sim.
The look
Słuchaj.
of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
No cóż,
What?
wczoraj się połączyliśmy.
No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark.
Czy wrócimy teraz do drzew, by do bycia drogą? The Thorn. Ej, tu nas jeszcze nie było!
I can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
No, kiedy krwawiliśmy. Już słyszeliśmy tego
I just
wystarczająco.
wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Ta, miałeś rację, zadziegała nas. Ej, ale żałowała.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of everything.
Powrócił!
You're fixated on the
powrócił!
past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper.
Syndrom
I like
sztokholmski.
journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Ku portowi zwanemu miłością.
Well, if we're lucky, It's a journey to love. She hates us.
Bez
Does she?
przesady.
She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
Od miłości do nienawiści do jeden krok, co nie?
Affection in that angry, angry heart. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know,
What?
maybe you're right. In which case,
No.
I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
O, to się wszyscy zgadzamy.
What another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Spoko, zapominam już, że ty tu jesteś po prostu.
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
Podoba mi się, że normalnie muszę kliknąć, żeby była kontynuacja, tutaj nie ma nic nie musiałem kliknąć, tylko bohater przerwał 2 razy.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the...
To miejsce jest inne, ciągle się zmienia.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this... Someone's in the know.
O, dokładnie.
I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her.
Jeszcze muszę odpisać. Dobra, naprawdę to co z tymi pętlami.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice.
No.
So you knew this could happen. Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
Okay.
I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here, then we can all move on. And forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
Tak
I need to
jakby.
stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Okej. Czy ja mam jakiś komentarz do tych szczęśliwych myśli? No cóż, jesteśmy kwita.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do. You're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it.
Sobie zgadzam się tu z bohaterem.
Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that.
Tak.
Trust in the plan.
To mam genialny plan. Umrzemy jeszcze wielokrotnie paskudnymi śmierciami i parę razy będzie szczęśliwe zakończenie.
Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, because it's a whole trusting thing, isn't it? The leader knows how and when to keep things secret.
Oj, bo
Sometimes a good leader even knows to keep
wy
things
nawet nie
secret
wiecie, co was
from
czeka.
himself.
Ja w sumie też nie wiem.
There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point.
Szak.
We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed
A nie,
to
dobra, myślę, że to bohater.
passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. You should know that someone like her shouldn't be let...
Dobra. Idziemy do środka.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone.
No, bohater nigdy nie wie do końca, co powinniśmy
You
zrobić.
talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too.
No, weźmiesz tę stronę, przy której jest więcej osób. Wiemy.
Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters.
Idziemy do środka.
The interior of the cabin is
Ej, nie ma
hardly
noża.
an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right? There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Wow.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Patrząc na jedno zakończenie, to w sumie ona miała cały czas ten nóż, ale my też go mieliśmy.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it,
Myśmy są we dupie.
let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Panie narrator, patrz na świat, patrz na tę chatę. Czy cokolwiek tu działa tak jak powinno?
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Taki jest plan. Ale jak tam zejdziemy? Przecież jeden co tu widzę to lustro.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror.
Oż
Still
znowu.
don't get his angle here.
Oportunista nie ogarnia.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
Ty, dokładnie. Może jeszcze kwiatów i nazbieramy.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance.
O, patrzcie, no oportunista. Mądrze w końcu mówisz.
Is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Nope. Podejdźmy do lustra.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Ciekaw jestem, czy da się, żeby Smithen i Staborn byli jednocześnie. Ten, który chce zabić księżniczkę i ten, który chce się z nią hajtnąć.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror and behold our handsome features.
Wyczyśćmy
Reach
lustro.
forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
Smithen.
Well,
Damy
seems
radę.
like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes,
Idziemy.
that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Dobra, schodzimy.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Okej, czyli coś tu płonęło, ale dopiero wrzuciło. Czy ona z poczucia winy spaliła chatę?
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Buziaka. Chcę porozmawiać. Naprawdę.
I
Porozmawiać.
think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Idziemy na dół.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
Co tym razem
You step
zobaczymy?
out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. A space thick with hostile vegetation.
To się stało.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Nie. Safe. Mogę cię stąd uwolnić, ale musisz mi oddać ostrze.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Hej, ostatnio ci dałem ostrze. Czy mogę coś powiedzieć, co zmieni twoje zdanie?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right,
prawda.
there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
Dokładnie. Zatem może to jest już moment, w którym żaden z nas nie musi nic mówić. Jest to moment, w którym liczy się jedynie działanie.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us.
Ufa nam.
Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Możemy ją zabić.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
Panie oportunisto, czy jest Czy twoje serce zmieniło się w lód?
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Ciii.
I see that the lines have been drawn.
Obawiam się, że jeśli cię zabije, to będzie rozdział 4, w którym Smithen nie wie, co z nami zrobi.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
Ty się nie liczysz.
You don't count.
Dokładnie.
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
No dokładnie.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Nie.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
O matko. Chciałem po prostu z powrotem ostrze. Jest... O matko, to jest tak okrutne. No na razie ją uwalimy.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free.
Ja pierniczę.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
No w sumie kto mu zabroni?
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time.
No niestety, panie bohaterze, on jest
So I
częścią
want to
nas.
help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. You're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Tak, jak dobrze, że możemy na tobie polegać.
Princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
No nic, panie narrator, taka swoja praca.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Dokładnie.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Dobra, co się stanie?
Can we actually do that?
Możemy to zrobić?
No, you can't. Absolutely not.
Do it! Wkurzmy narratora jeszcze bardziej.
You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment now, would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
No niestety.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
Nie, nie, ej, nie, 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 nie. Nie, 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 nie. Nie, 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 nie.
And you kiss her.
Nie możecie mi tak strollować.
And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that.
Jak oni się z nim droczą.
Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us?
Myślę, że próbuję się zemścić na to, co my mu każemy robić.
And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection.
Niepokojnie tylko to, że świat się powoli kończy i zaraz wrócimy do punktu wyjścia, ale choć przynajmniej gra nas nie strollowała.
Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write, era-defining ballads, and great artists spend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us.
Tak. Myślę, że zasłużyliśmy.
It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills.
Dobra, panie Homer.
But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Well,
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
dokładnie.
I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
No dokładnie. Dobra, idziemy.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Ej, a co zrobił, żeby nie zasłużył?
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
Dobra, zmieniam zdanie, to będzie nasze zakończenie.
We'll weave something new together. Something better.
Czyste w imię tego, żeby strollować narratora.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Kurczę, szkoda, że tu nie ma opcji, żeby ją teraz zadźgać.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
O nie, ja już znam ten dźwięk.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
No, nie mogli nam dać szczęśliwego zakończenia.
Why is it so cold?
No po prostu nie mogli. Nie miałeś szansy odpowiedzieć i nigdy jej nie dostaniesz. Czas by to opuścić, wspomnienia wracają.
And there's that mirror.
Spokojnie, już tu byliśmy. Zawsze jesteście
This is so
przestraszeni.
bad. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. They think it's bad.
Będzie w porządku.
Okay. She'll be there waiting for us. I just
No,
know
w
it.
pewnym sensie będzie na nas
I
czekać.
know.
Dobra. Podejdźmy.
I am a growing core. All of me is
Coś o tym weselu masz? O tym naczyniu masz
This
podpowiedzenie?
one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Dobra.
And
Weźmy wszystkie te, żeby mi się potem nie pojawiły. Nie, nienawidzę cię.
my prayer. That is, the time. I will be here.
Dobra.
It is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in
To na razie zapiszmy. I zapiszmy tutaj. Już to jest nasza obecna wersja. I wróćmy do punktu... Czekaj, czy możemy ją tu zabić? Nie. Można powiedzieć, po prostu chciałem moje ostrze z powrotem.
Do you really think you could just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you could just leave me here?
This is even better than standing. The same reward without any of that nasty effort. It's not even better. Putting off a choice is always worse than making a committed decision, especially...
It's even more cruel if you ask me. Leaving an incredible soul like hers to
We'll live with it just fine. Besides, she'll get over it. That's what I'm afraid of.
Ja to wyglądała się nawet zadowolona z tego.
She's gone. I'm dead.
Dobra. Czy coś mi powiesz teraz nowego?
All of me. This one yearns for do not mourn her.
Dobra, to jest
She isn't
Thorn,
alone anymore.
czyli tu nic nowego nie ma. I możemy ją ponownie zabić.
Oh, use. Why? We finally gained her Sorry, boys. Looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Blade safely in hand, but her thistled prison proves to be an impossible obstacle. Its thorns digging deeper and deeper into your flesh the closer you come to striking the fatal blow.
Ha! We're not going to make it.
Nice.
This is what we deserve. Better we trap ourselves in this eternal moment than have her blood on our hands. We still managed to get our romantic end.
The tip of your blade only manages to touch her sternum before it stops moving entirely. A single drop of blood trickles down her chest as the two of you stare into each other's eyes. Come on, just push a little further.
Nie mogę.
But you can't.
I knew this was coming. I can't believe I ever let myself hope for better. This was always going...
A cóż.
She's coming there.
Zobaczmy, czy to powie nam coś nowego, czy jest ten sam wesel co zawsze.
This one do not mourn her. She
Okej.
isn't alone anymore.
Czyli to jest to samo. Czyli możemy stąd pójść. I chyba odkryliśmy już wszystkie zakończenia z tej ścieżki. Więc wróćmy do tego punktu, w którym
You're on a
napisaliśmy.
path and you're here.
Okej, ale to będzie moment, w którym na dzisiaj zakończymy. Nie chcę na razie za bardzo przeciągać tego. Dziękuję wszystkim za uwagę. Trzymajcie się ciepło. Do zobaczenia i cześć.